And now, Fox Midday News with Mike Barajas, Sean Rabb with weather, and Mark Berman on sports.
Good afternoon, I'm Linda Cheek.
And I'm Mike Barajas. Police are searching this midday for suspected gang members believed operating in the Heights area. Authorities think the gang may be responsible for at least one murder and several auto thefts. Lloyd Geit has the story.
Police say gang members have paid at least 2 visits to this car wash in the Heights, leaving behind them a trail of blood.
Police say John Rayner came to this car wash late at night on February 6th. They say as he was washing his car, he was approached by at least 2 men. They say the 2 men robbed him and shot him to death. They then made off with his vehicle. Police say about a week later, another man was here washing his car. He too was approached by 2 men. He was shot, but he survived. Police say his vehicle was also stolen.
Police suspect gang members active in the area are responsible. They say gang activity is growing in the Heights, pointing to gang graffiti like this that is scrawled all over the walls at the car wash as proof. Police say the gangs are attacking and killing people for their cars.
They're taking them for joyriding or possibly, in some instances, stripping some of the items off the car. In Rayna's case, a radio was taken and some car speakers and some like hubcap inserts off the wheels.
While the 2 incidents occurred late at night, those washing their cars at that same location today said they too are concerned about the violence.
Just the thought of somebody coming up and putting a gun on you and taking your car and shooting you. It ain't worked. It ain't worked at all.
Police are looking for this man who is believed to be one of those involved in the second car wash shooting. He's described as a clean-cut black male, about 5'9", and is said to be chubby. He was wearing a ball cap with the University of Southern California on it when last seen. He and another man were seen at the car wash in this red customized truck with the word Excalibur on it. If you have any information, police ask that you call homicide. Police are also warning residents in the Heights area to beware that a number of violent gangs are operating in their neighborhood. In the Heights, Lloyd Geit, Fox 26 News.
A 22-year-old man is in jail this afternoon in connection with one of the largest marijuana busts in Pasadena history. Officers arrested Roberto de los Reyes Jr. after he allegedly unloaded 900 pounds of marijuana into his father's garage. They returned to the house and seized the huge shipment.
Do you think this is a family type of an operation, then?
The gentleman we arrested that led us to this indicates that it's not. He's pretty much taking credit for the whole thing himself. Whether or not that's the case, we don't know yet until we get a little further into it.
How is he taking credit for it? What is he saying?
Well, he's, in an effort to keep his family out of trouble, he's saying this is all his and his operation, and they didn't have anything to do with it.
Officers questioned everyone in the house, but De Los Reyes is the only one to receive criminal charges. The estimated street value of the pot, $1 million. Serious allegations flying in the race to build the first horse track in Harris County. The Houston Turf Club has filed a lawsuit charging state officials conspired to control horse racing in Texas. Sue Speck is in the newsroom with more.
The lawsuit names the state's top officials, the governor, the attorney general, the state comptroller, the secretary of state, and more than 23 others. The suit claims Turf Club officials haven't been able to win Harris County's only license because of a conspiracy waged against them by these elected officials. Club attorney Stuart Collins says the mastermind behind the alleged conspiracy is another potential horse track operator, Ed DeBartolo Sr. And Collins also says the Turf Club is not the only target of
His purpose, my friend, is to have all the tracks in Texas. All the tracks in Texas, not the license that's going to be granted to someone ultimately in Harris County, but in Dallas and San Antonio as well. I can neither confirm.
The Turf Club says it's been investigating this for half a year. They say they have evidence, but they won't specify what it is. They also say they don't expect any retaliation, even though the club president hired a bodyguard at the suggestion of her public relations agent.
Mr. Paradowski. And why did he suggest that? Just to get out of the hotel lobby or whatever. We didn't know just exactly the amount of people that would be here.
Has there been a threat on your life?
No, sir, they haven't.
Well, why a bodyguard?
Who would you need to fear in the hotel lobby?
Oh, no one. Just reporters.
We haven't been able to contact the defendants in this suit yet, but we'll have their side of the story tonight at 9.
Thank you, Sue. Mike?
The Port of Houston may soon be handling tons of radioactive waste. The Department of Energy is considering shipping nuclear plant waste from Washington State to West Germany for research on a salt mine storage project. Houston would be the port of departure point. 2 other ports are also being considered. Congressman Jack Fields says he has already told the Energy Department that he will firmly oppose any such plan. People who live in the Trinity River Plaza subdivision say Mother Nature and a good measure of luck saved them from a hazardous waste spill. 27 barrels of chemicals were dumped near the small Liberty County town of Kennefic, only 250 yards from the river itself.
Truck in and just kicked them off 3 sides of it, and it had to be a pretty good sized truck to get in here with that much weight. That's about 14,000 pounds of weight.
Holly says the illegal dumpers were trying to make it to the river, but were stopped by the muddy banks, averting some dangerous contamination.
The rodeo brings with it some unwanted business every year. Prostitution around the Astrodome. Last night, Houston police put undercover officers on South Main, Buffalo Speedway, Merworth, and Westridge. In all, 41 people were arrested for solicitation. Police say the sting will continue through the week.
And a different kind of sting happens every day at the rodeo. It's the sting of black and blue marks that just about every bronco-busting cowboy must endure. To explain that, well, let's go to our own rodeo maverick, Robert Smith, who is live out at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Robert?
Howdy, partner, or Mustang Mike, I guess I should refer to you. Anyway, Mike, I'll tell you what, being a real cowboy isn't easy, especially if you're participating in those rough stock events. Now, they take a lot of abuse. For 8 seconds, the cowboy has to hang on and hope that he can outlast the animal. Now, that's where the Justin Sports Medicine Program comes in. The famed boot company provides professional cowboys everywhere with the first comprehensively equipped mobile medicine center, free of charge. John Hester is the one-man band medicine man that runs the $125,000 mobile unit. Now, during the day, Hester sees more than a few cowboys who stop by the trailer for medical advice and medical attention.
My job out here really is to not diagnose an injury and tell the cowboy exactly what's wrong with them. I just try to help the cowboy understand what they might have done and to what extent, the injury might be.
A lot of the cowboys that go to Hester for treatment credit him with keeping them off the injured reserve list.
I twisted my knee several times and an elbow. Being a bareback rider, your elbow tends to take quite a bit of punishment. He takes care of all the cowboys going down the road and keeps them healthy.
The equipment inside the center looks like your average health spa. There are weights, a whirlpool, traction machine, a video cassette recorder, and a computer. All the comforts of home.
I try to help a cowboy that's 500 miles from home decide whether they need to see a doctor, whether they need to go to the emergency room, or whether they need to go home and rest for a couple of weeks. It's not that I'm the best trainer in the world. I understand what a cowboy does. I did participate in rodeo, and I understand, the forces, and I understand the drive behind the rodeo cowboy.
John says he'll continue to travel around the country taking care of the world's ailing cowboys and hopes to one day have 2 or 3 more men working with him. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes out here at the cattle arena for the complete weather forecast, and I'll tell you right now, it looks pretty good. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Robert, that sounds great. Well, this weekend, the rodeo is going to have to compete for the crowds as the Galveston Mardi Gras gears up. And we'll run down the Mardi Gras fun on tap for you this weekend in just a few minutes.
But up next on the Midday News, bankrupt Eastern Airlines solicits the help of Houston-based Continental in its reorganization attempt.
And Fox reporter John Rowland talks with developer Donald Trump about his pending divorce and how it's affecting his vast business empire.
This was a decision I made, and I didn't think.
Fox 26 News is brought to you by Montgomery Ward. What's new is what's in it for you. Montgomery Ward, the brand name savings store.
This is old. This is new. At Montgomery Ward, 1,000 of the hottest brand name items in America are on sale now.
With big screens, hot jeans, everybody's dream machine. What else is new? Oh, lazy days, crazy nights of power and megabytes.
1,000 of America's hottest brand name items, all backed by the Montgomery Ward price match guarantee. All on sale now.
Montgomery Ward, what's new is what's in it for you.
When it comes to milk, you have a choice.
When it comes to premium quality and freshness, you have Borden.
Having a house? Sure.
Ajax was here.
Ajax was here.
Trust, pride in workmanship, and confidence in the best quality in Houston. This can only come from a family-owned and operated business that is here to stay. The second generation of Moores have entered the company to carry on the tradition of excellence. Why make auto payments when you can have your trusted car running like new again with a guaranteed lowest installed engine price of $795 with a complete line of engines? Call now, 999-9956. That's 999-9956.
Houston-based Continental Airlines is going to figure prominently in bankrupt Eastern Air's reorganization. Eastern has agreed to pay its unsecured creditors about $490 million in cash and notes. This agreement would require Continental to guarantee part of that debt. Both Eastern and Continental are owned by Texas Air Corporation.
Last year, New York developer Donald Trump bought Eastern's Northeast Shuttle system, which was one of the most profitable operations for the airline. Trump says the shuttle and his other business operations are doing well despite the negative publicity associated with his divorce proceedings. With more, here is Fox reporter John Rowland.
I spoke with Trump here in his office in Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. He did not want to talk about his wife and family. He did want to talk only about business and clear up, he said, the false impression that this split has hurt his business empire.
The business has never been better. It's been very strong. In Atlantic City, the casinos are #1 and #2. For whatever reason, as sick as it is, all of this hoopla has been positive for the business. And I hate it in a sense because I don't like having the business be positive for the wrong reasons, because I hate what's going on.
From a business standpoint, talking about Ivana, there was a time when you said how terrific she was in Atlantic City, running this, running that, running the plaza. And then more recently, you haven't been
I've been very
speaking about
nice.
it in such glowing terms from a business standpoint.
No, I've been very nice to Ivana, and I always will be very nice to Ivana. She ran Trump Castle. She ran it well. I now have somebody else running Trump Castle. Trump Castle is doing tremendous business, tremendous business. She ran the Plaza Hotel, and I'm letting her continue to run the Plaza Hotel. She's doing very well, but I can get other people to run the Plaza Hotel, but she wants to do it. She wants to continue to do it, and I'm letting her continue to do it. I'm not going to say anything bad about Ivana.
Wait, will she keep running the plaza if and when the divorce goes through?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really made a determination on that. I think perhaps if she wanted to, I think I'd probably let her. But I don't do things for press. I do things because I have to do them. And this was a decision I made, and I didn't think it was going to be greeted with great popularity, but you have to make a decision and go with it.
Well, it sounds like this is an irrevocable decision on your part.
Look, I like Ivana. We've been together a long time. And I don't say anything's irrevocable, but I say that this is possibly something that is not going to be changed.
I left Donald Trump with the impression that for him, business is always going to be good. But for right now, he is going through a lot of personal pain.
And this story is just in from the Fox 26 newsroom. Doctors in San Salvador say former President Jose Napoleon Duarte died today of respiratory failure. Duarte was elected to office in 1984, becoming El Salvador's first democratically elected president in 50 years. He governed his nation until June of 1989, but he was unable to end a 10-year civil war that battered his nation. Duarte was 64.
The stock market is headed down this midday in response to a deep drop in share prices on the Tokyo and London exchanges. A short time ago, the Dow stood at 25.61, down almost 14 points. West Texas crude is down as well, with a barrel going for 21.62. That is off 13 cents. For the latest on the economy here and around the world, tune in to the International Business Report weekday mornings at 6:30 right here on Fox 26.
And coming up next, reporter Sherry Martinez joins us with a look at a growing problem: Houston teenagers who sell crack.
And in sports, we'll give you a look at the man who may become the newest member of the Oilers.
Frank's drinking burned out most of my love. It almost cost us everything.
My minister recommended Charter Hospital in Sugar Land. The hardest part was admitting the problem, then doing something about it.
Charter Hospital will design an individual program with outpatient care through our counseling centers or inpatient hospital programs. To make that first step easier, we offer a free assessment. Call 980-4000, Charter Hospital of Sugar Land. If you don't get help at Charter, get help somewhere.
Horticulturist Bill Bounds on growing trees.
One of the most commonly asked questions at Bill Bounds Nursery is, how can I successfully grow trees in Houston? First of all, choose the right tree for the right location. At Bill Bounds Nursery, you can choose from many species of both large and small trees. We plant them by hand and guarantee their growth. Come into Bill Bounds Nursery today for complete nursery and landscaping service.
Bill Bounds Nursery with 2 Houston locations. It's worth the drive.
Do you want to sell your home fast and save thousands of dollars on real estate commissions? Did you know that home sellers who list with YUSA pay only $990, never 6 or 7% commission? And homeowners flock to YUSA because that sign guarantees them a lower sales price. Yes, you can sell your home with full service from one of the nation's largest real estate firms and pay only $990. Call 964-7600 today. You'll save money and sell your home fast. We guarantee it.
When you see a lawyer for your auto injury, you need straight talk.
Well, that adjuster needs to understand how hurt you are. He's just putting up a smoke screen, and that's his job. My job's to cut through it. I'm pushy and I'm bossy, but I care about getting you the money. Let's call that adjuster right now.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, call lawyer Reed McInvale at 999-2121. He'll speak the truth for you.
On Monday night, City Under Siege reporter Sherry Martinez will begin a special report on Houston juveniles who were busted for allegedly selling crack cocaine. Sherry joins us now with a preview of that report entitled Getting Busted, the Kids of Crack. Sherry?
Mike, about 3 weeks ago, we rode with the Palm Center Tactical Force as they went on drug busts. And among the alleged dealers that they busted was a 15-year-old juvenile. Now, we followed him through the process, the entire arrest process, until he was picked up by his mother at the police substation. So viewers will see exactly what happens to kids who get busted.
We are in a race between education and catastrophe.
It's 11:30 on a Wednesday night, a school night. Yet this 15-year-old is being arrested for allegedly selling crack cocaine.
Did he sell to the undercover officer?
Yeah. He's going to be our primary delivery, I believe.
You feel this is wrong to do?
Not really.
You don't think it's wrong? Why?
Because making money.
Check all your pockets.
Inside HPD's juvenile division, 3 other juveniles have been arrested for allegedly dealing drugs. 2 of them are brothers.
You said you've seen kids come in with large amounts of cash. What have you seen?
$700, $800, $900, food stamps, the Gucci pants.
This 13-year-old says he's sold crack for about a year, making $150 a week.
What do you buy with that money? Clothes and, give money to my mother and stuff. You get scared? Yeah, like the other day, I got a gun pulled out on me. Did you think you might die? Yeah, I thought I would. Did you keep on selling after that? Nope. This happened yesterday.
Last year, 609 juveniles were arrested on felony drug charges alone. In all, over 24,000 juveniles were arrested for various offenses. On Tuesday, we'll go inside juvenile probation, where a large percentage of these kids end up until they go before a judge. Mike?
Tragic story. Okay, thank you, Sherry. We'll look forward to your reports. Now, for a look at sports, let's join Linda.
Well, Mike, the Oilers may have found an answer to one of their big question marks going into next season. The team yesterday got a good look at Plan B, safety Terry Kennard. Kennard started all 16 games for the Giants last season and led the club with 5 interceptions. Terry was a Pro Bowler in 1988 and made $425,000 in 1989. Houston has only 1 safety on the roster and needs to add 3 more. And finally, it is Friday. That means it's time to think about the weekend weather. Let's rejoin Robert Smith out at the rodeo to find out how things are shaping up. And Robert, last time I checked, it was a beautiful sunny day.
It has been a beauty, hasn't it, Linda? I'll tell you what, right now I'm indoors in the cattle arena of the Astro Hall where they're judging the legals of Charolais out there, judging those. But when we come back in a few minutes, we're going to have the complete weekend forecast, and I kind of have an inkling that this nice weather is going to hang around a while. Stay with us.
What's on your mind?
Grandpa, I know I've caused a lot of trouble in the family. I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, you folks have talked to me too. That's why we called Spring Shadows Glen and went out to see the place. They've helped lots of teenagers, and they really know what they're doing. I think they can help you too. Son, before you know it, things are going to be all right.
Spring Shadows Glen. For your teenager's emotional and behavior problems, call 462-4000.
Hi, folks. Our gigantic used car sale is going on right now at Liberty, Dayton, Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, and Liberty, Texas. And remember, friends, only $59 down delivers. For example, here's a 1986 Nissan Sentra or a 1986 Dodge Colt. Take your pick. Both of them have low miles. $59 down, $119 a month. What do? Pick up the phone, dial 1-800-833-8841, and let's talk your terms.
Take Highway 90 to the 146 bypass in Liberty.
Good nutrition lasts a lifetime, and Hygea Dairy can help. With Nutrish AB 0.5% low-fat milk, the milk with 1/7 the fat of whole milk, naturally better because it's fortified with protein and calcium, and added milk cultures that replenish the vital nutrients processed out of many foods today, making it easier to digest without changing that fresh, wholesome taste. So it's ideal for everyone. Try AB and see. New Nutrish AB, only from Hygea Dairy.
Tom Hanks is out to beat the system and marry the girl of his dreams. So Adrian Zmed and his buddies throw a bash to send him out in style.
If I'm not back in a half an hour, call the paramedics.
Come out, wherever you are, and see how much fun one guy can possibly have.
Something interesting is gonna happen here.
Hold on to your hats, boys. For a good time, it's Bachelor Party. Saturday at 11 on Fox 26.
Hi again, everyone. Well, we're back at the Astro Hall, site of the, right now, a Charolais judging contest going on. Before I forget about it and get bogged down into the weather, and I probably would forget about it, the Chicago group will be performing tonight at the Astrodome. So if you're planning on getting out tonight, probably want to leave a little bit early, but the weather should not be a hindrance. It will not be a hindrance. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions right now. A beautiful day in progress. A sunny sky, 59 degrees. Relative humidity, a very comfortable 33%. A northwesterly wind blowing at 16 miles per hour, and the pressure pretty much steady at 30.27 inches of mercury. Now here's our satellite view. Clear skies gracing the better part of Texas. We do see a lot of big cloud mass still plaguing the eastern seaboard. That's in association with a staying front and low pressure system, which caused all the heavy rain in our area a couple of days ago. But that will not be a problem for us. Sunshine today. And let's take a look now at what we think the rest of the afternoon will look like. A big dome of high pressure which built in behind that recent frontal system. That high pressure ridge stretches from the Pacific Northwest all the way into East Texas. As a result, generally a northerly wind flow and a beautiful dry weather pattern. So it looks like a great day today. And not only that, but this weather pattern will not change much over the next few days, and some snow will fall across the northern tier of the United States as some cold air infiltrates that region. Now, our forecast highs for the remainder of today, well, it should be a mild day. We're expecting temperatures to get up into the mid-60s. Now, some very warm 70-degree readings will be experienced along the Rio Grande from around Presidio to Del Rio on back down to Brownsville and Corpus Christi. Cooler 50s to our north. Now, for lows tonight, well, we will not get down to the freezing mark, so don't worry about that. But it will get cold enough perhaps to affect some tender vegetation, so keep that in mind. We're looking for lows tonight to be down to around 37 degrees in portions of the eastern area, 40s to our south, and the freezing weather will stay mainly to our north, up in north central and northeast Texas. Let's check out that forecast. It will be a good one. So for tonight, for the remainder of this afternoon, I should say, we're calling for a sunny and mild afternoon. The high will get up to around 66 degrees, and the northwesterly wind will continue to blow at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a great afternoon in store for us. Now tonight, it will be clear and cold. No precipitation, a low down around 37 degrees, so we will escape any freezing weather, and the wind will be pretty much light and variable. Now for tomorrow, perhaps just a few clouds, but not very many of those. It will be another sunny and mild day, another beautiful day to head out to the rodeo or the livestock show, or anywhere you have plans for that matter, perhaps down to Mardi Gras in Galveston, a high of 68 degrees and a northerly wind at 10. The extended forecast Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, rounding out the weekend, it looks good. Perhaps a few more clouds along about Tuesday, but that doesn't look bad at all. So the weather will be not only picture perfect right around the Houston area, but also down around the Galveston area, and that will make for a perfect backdrop for the Mardi Gras celebration that will be taking place. And that's just ahead. We'll have a preview of that fun. Stay with us.
When it comes to milk, you have a choice. When it comes to premium quality and freshness, you have Borden.
Coming up tonight on the Fox News at 9, when the sun goes down, the revelers will come out for the Mardi Gras celebration in Galveston. And there's a new arrival at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. That's tonight on the news at 9. Please be sure and join us for that. Immediately following at 9:30, City Under Siege.
And finally, if ever there was a time to enjoy what the Houston-Galveston area has to offer, it's this weekend. Both the rodeo and Galveston Mardi Gras are in full swing and are dominating the entertainment scene around town. Earlier, Robert told us about some of the fun going on at the Dome. Now it's time to zero in on Mardi Gras. Tens of thousands of people will be heading down to the island city this weekend for an assortment of parades, costume balls, and cruises. The parades get underway tonight at 7 p.m. with the crew of Gambrinas. The Illuminated Wonder features a salute to Samba and starts at 14th and Seawall, running to 57th and Seawall. Several balls are also being held, among them the 34th Annual Treasure Ball and pageant at the Moody Center. Saturday, the Mardi Gras fun goes full-time with the day-long samba on the Strand. Brazilian samba, jazz, and rock will dominate the music scene, while masked characters, mimes, stilt walkers, and others will be promenading in the city's historic district. If you really want to spy some characters, head on over to the St. Louis Hotel. A costume contest starts off at 1 with registration at noon. Saturday night, the giant party comes to a climax with the MoMA's Grand Night Parade proclaiming the Carnival do Brasil. 16 floats, including the Amazon, Samba, Jamba, and others, will thrill the crowds. And Texas immigrants from the Northeast United States are in for a special treat with an appearance of the Philadelphia Mummers String Band. The parade begins at 6:30 p.m., running down the seawall to the Strand District.
Two major events in Houston this weekend, the rodeo and the Mardi Gras, and to boot, the weather is supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be great. The only thing you could complain about would be maybe hard to park, but there'll be plenty to do.
You know how to samba for the Mardi Gras?
No, I guess I'll be down there learning.
Okay. That's our broadcast for this midday. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tonight at 9.
Have a great weekend.